There's a lot of guys out there that that play the 4 spot as big men that can guard pretty much anybody on the floor, and that's how the game has just progressed. Guys 4 and 5 men being more mobile to guard 1 through 5, and so we know he'll be able to stay and guard Theo, but it's just an amount of time. How much can he stay in front of Theo with Theo being the playmaker that he is.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that they were saying today, is that that's the challenge for them defensively, because you guys spread the floor so well.
Right, exactly, and that's what we want to do. That's what's so good about us, is that we have 1 through 5 that can stay out on the perimeter, and we can have guys drive to the basket. With Williams being a shot blocker. We want to be able to get him out of the paint to where we can get to the rim, and so if we can do that, that's an advantage for us.
And can you also attack them as far as like transition baskets, even if they off a made basket? Can you sort of attack them up and down the floor?
Yeah, that's our game. We want to get the ball out as fast as we can and beat teams up the court where we don't have to play against a set defense every time. I think majority of the time yesterday they played zone against Providence, so we just have to be ready for them to play man-to-man and zone, but at the same time, we can get the ball out fast, either off a board or off a make, and beat them down the court. That's our game, and that's what we want to do.
Do you know what their breakdown is? But, how impressive was it to watch that upset last night, and how cool was that to witness?
Yeah, it's great to witness, and that's something that I can remember, from my college years, that I saw the first 16 seed be the 1 seed, and then also it just goes to show that when you have guys that stay around for a long time, no matter what the program is, you learn more about the program and what everybody should be doing, and then all the guys know each other and just have that chemistry. And so it just goes to speak that you don't necessarily have to go to a top school in the nation to get to the NCAA tournament and to make noise. If you dedicate yourself to go to a school that is known for at least winning in their conference, and you have guys that stay around 3 or 4 years, and that's what you get.
Given that result and Arizona losing in the first round, how impressive is it that Coach Williams is 28-0 in his career in first-round games?
Yeah, that's special. And yesterday we were watching the Virginia game, and they actually popped up the stat of Coach going 28-0. And Coach, just how he is, he yelled out "thank you," and that's because he never takes the credit. He thanks his players for coming here and just dedicating themselves to want to win. And so while it has a lot to do with him, it has a lot to do with us as well.
As a player, how proud does that make you that you put 4 on there and that you didn't let that?
It's something that I came here for. I wanted to come here to continue, Coach's success and keep him known as a winning coach. Even if I didn't come here or even if we were still losing, he would still be known as a top coach. But I'm proud to say that I helped him continue, his success as a coach, and just how he is. He recruits the best, and he wants to win, and we had the same goal in common, and I'm glad I could share that with him. But it's been pretty special to be a part of his legacy, and I can always say that I've been a part of it, and it has been a fun ride. But honestly, I don't want to speak from a done part yet, because we're not done. But just from right now, it's just special to be a part of it.
Not to spend too much time on Virginia, but given the struggles you guys had against them driving into the lane, did it blow you away with what ease that UMBC had penetrating to the rim last night?
Yeah, you can say it can come from a standpoint of that they just didn't take them seriously. Being a 16 seed, and that beating a 1 seed has never happened. Maybe they just didn't come out with the mindset of well, we gotta attack them, and that's the one thing we wanted to. We're watching the first round on Thursday and seeing all the higher seeds, sticking with these with the 1 and 2 seeds or the 3 and 4 seeds, and we were like, man, we got to come out and be ready to play regardless of who it is. And so it could be a matter of fact that they just took it for granted. But
on A&M, they played a lot of zone yesterday. Do you know what their breakdown, like how often they play zone, how often they play man? basically how they go about that? And with the zone, more on that. How much is it like what Duke and Syracuse do? Are there similarities to what they do?
I think Syracuse is a little different. I mean, they practice it every single day. That's what they've been doing, and they play high out on the wings, and they just know how to move in the zone. You know, Duke just had to change to it because they necessarily, or they saw some struggles with guard man-to-man, but Syracuse is just a little different because they play it all the time. But we saw Texas A&M play the zone a little bit yesterday, so I mean, we know how to attack the zone, and that's one good thing for us, being able to go against a team like Syracuse who runs the zone all the time. So I think if they were to play zone for a majority of the time, I think we have an advantage and know how to attack.
You guys have had success against those the last few years. Bryce at the high, I remember at Syracuse, a lot of the touchdowns to Isaiah a couple years ago. But with Theo, he's so different. Are you guys more dangerous against the zone now than you were even a couple years ago because of the variety that Theo brings to it?
I think so, with being able to go from the wing and inside, and, you know, it's just hard to locate them sometimes, you know, with Bryce and, you know, Kennedy and Isaiah, you know they're going to stay down on the block for majority of the time, so you can easily pinpoint where they're at, but with Theo, he can pop out to the wing and then he can sneak in right behind you and get at that free throw line. So with him being at the 4, you know, it's a little different with him going out from the inside and out.
How are you guys going to kind of combat the size that they have with Williams and Davis, especially Williams, who's pretty athletic?
Yeah, like I say, you know, with good players like the guys that they have inside, you just got to be able to contain them. That's the thing. You know, you're not going to always stop good players from scoring. You just got to be able to contain them to where they're not giving the production that they usually give. So we're going to just try to make it tough for them to get it inside. We're going to make sure that we're boxing out when the shot goes up, and we have to make sure that all 5 guys are rebounding and getting in and helping Theo and Luke and whoever else comes off the bench rebound. And so if we can do that and contain them, you know, we'll be just fine.